Welcome back. I'm Edwin Naidu. Thank you for joining us in the second in our podcast series, CHIETA at Work. Today we'll be talking about something vital to the success of our industry, partnerships and collaborations. We discuss with Yershen Pillay, the CEO of CHIETA, the importance of working with industry stakeholders, educational institutions and government agencies to drive innovation and growth in the chemical sector. Let's start by discussing partnerships and collaborations that are so important. Welcome, Yershen. Over to you in terms of the importance of collaboration and partnerships and how it impacts.
Well, thank you, Edwin. And certainly, collaboration is essential for success. And so what we've done as the Chemical CETA is to actually put collaboration as a key pillar, one of the 4 key pillars of the work that we do. And we've developed a 5-factor collaboration model, really, that drives our work. Central to it is leadership. So there's no collaboration with leadership. We view ourselves as an innovation leader that drives collaboration. Second is goals, and just having a common understanding, a common goal. That could be bridging the digital divide. It could be addressing youth unemployment, for example. Thirdly is a sense of connectedness, that when we do collaborate, it's not just about this issue, but it's also about other issues that we could collaborate on. And then communication. We ensure that we communicate what is it that we are collaborating about and what are the successes and the results of this collaboration. And then lastly is just being a catalyst. Because I think what we do, or what we strive to do, is to be a catalyzer for change, a catalyst for much of the work. So these 5 factors have really been driving, and the benefits of collaboration really is twofold. One is that you get to scale, and you get to scale quickly on whatever we have achieved, because you need partners. And the new value creation really comes in terms of achieving greater impact using less resources. But secondly as well, you get to leverage and optimize on scarce resources, because we know that you do not have enough discretionary grants, for example, to make a dent on these bleak pictures of unemployment, on the digital skills divide, on closing the skills gap as it is. So these are some of the benefits that one can achieve, including new ideas, information sharing for that matter. And so with new ideas and information sharing, we create an ecosystem that is geared towards driving innovation for impact.
Excellent. I think it's a good foundation there. Maybe you could talk a bit about some of the partnerships that you've had that have been successful. I know CHIETA has hundreds of stakeholders, maybe more than 1,000, but maybe you want to talk on 1 or 2 that have really helped you transcend and take the organization into a different level.
So, we have about 3,003 levy-paying companies. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that we are striving to do is really to look at more than just chemical companies. We're looking at cross-sector collaboration, looking at other different sectors that we could collaborate with and partners in those sectors. And so, for example, we over time we've built a collaboration with the University of Johannesburg. We've established a Center for Digital Transformation through a 5 million investment. And this is really to drive new research on digital transformation and ensure that as a country as well, we are well positioned for a digital first world, a digital era, where you've got sufficient digital skills to make sure that we seize the opportunities in this digital first world. So this collaboration with the University of Johannesburg has really led to some fantastic results. Included in that is with the Center of Entrepreneurship at the Johannesburg Business School, almost 250 young enterprises manufacturing chemical products such as your cleaning agents for homes, etc. And together with them, we forged a partnership with the South African Bureau of Standards, the SABS, to help these young entrepreneurs. So when you achieve a certificate in entrepreneurship and training from UJ, you equally get an SABS permit to then ensure your product gets to shelf. And we funded this for about 5 million rand. This was just one example where you have CHIETA, the SABS and UJ collaborating for entrepreneurship, and in particular youth entrepreneurship, with over 250 young enterprises being supported.
Of course, government is a key stakeholder. Maybe you could talk about the role of government in such partnerships and how do they work in tandem with CHIETA?
I think the main role of government really is to be a catalyst and to be a coordinator. A lot of the successful partnerships have really been as a result of fragmentation and a lack of coordination. So the private sector can't really coordinate because their role is to maximize profit. The academia focus more on running the institutions and research for that matter. So government has this unique ability or positioning to really be a coordinator of some of these collaborations. So what we strive to do as CHIETA is to be both a catalyst and a coordinator, to bring all parties together, to have a common goal, high levels of connectedness, communicate clearly, have the leadership and be the catalyst in terms of driving some of this. So this is really the main role of any government entity, including that of CHIETA.
Turning our attention to some specific partnerships and their impact, perhaps, you want to highlight some successes in the private sector, having given academia, having spoken to what government is doing, maybe a little on the private sector. What stands out for you?
Look, we've really done a lot with some of our industry partners. To name but a few, we've opened some of our smart skill centers. We have the Gauteng Smart Skill Center, which is going to be in partnership with PG Glass, our glass sector, one of the largest glass producing companies in the country. And this Smart Skill Center will be for the Gauteng region, to open up for many of those in the outskirts of the province to actually have access to digital skills training, Amazon Web Services certification, virtual reality training, etc. We've also collaborated a lot with companies such as Sasol. We've done a lot of work with Sasol in terms of both learnerships, internships, as well as short skills programs that we've implemented with Sasol. And companies like Afrox, for example, where we are now also looking at innovation and how to drive artisan entrepreneurship. We will be opening up a funding window to encourage artisans not just to be job seekers, but to set up their own enterprises and be job creators for that matter. So these are just some of the examples of how we've been collaborating with industry.
Thanks for that. I suppose the biggest thing is beneficiaries benefiting through these opportunities, and you're seeing that happen on a large scale. Maybe you get feedback from learners or artisans that have been on the program saying how they benefited and what they're doing now. Are there stories that make you proud, that you want to share?
No, and certainly, I mean, we've had so many of these. Our first Smart Skill Center was with the Saldanha Bay IDZ. And it included, in fact, the MICT, CETA. It also included some of our TVET partners and Nokia, who ran the first 4IR learnership. And the first set of learners who went through that center acquired a 4IR learnership in collaboration with, both Nokia as well as the Saldanha Bay IDZ for that matter. So with seeing these young people access these type of services. You have a large number of young people who sit at home without any form of hope. And now they can simply go to a smart skills center, access the services at that center, and create some opportunities for themselves. So this was just some of the partnerships that we've forged, including the China-Europe International Business School, where the first cohort of 30 startups will be graduating in chemical manufacturing.
There's so much happening and there's so many success stories to discuss. I know I may be putting you on the spot, but let's focus on one project that you feel that ticked all the boxes and brought multiple partners together to create the value that you envisaged.
Well, I think it would certainly have to be, the collaboration that we had with the University of Johannesburg, which also brought in, companies like Fasken Legal, which also brought in international collaborators to really look at how does a CETA, together with the institution of higher learning, the private sector, work together for entrepreneurship and to drive entrepreneurship in the country, knowing that entrepreneurship is a key driver for development. So, this has been really a model for collaboration, together with our Smart Skills Centers concept, where we've collaborated with TVETs, for that matter. And then with the institutions of higher learning, I mean, the first locally produced TB vaccine was funded by a 3.5 million grant from CHIETA to the Walter Sisulu University and the Northwest University for that matter. So we are also driving local production and new economies in terms of vaccine development, which will then create jobs. And then we're looking forward to our new collaboration with Nedbank on green hydrogen as part of being more innovative to create new economies that will then drive job creation, growth and development.
Certainly, the importance of continuous learning and development is really crucial to an evolving industry, and professionals must stay up to date with the latest and in technology. Earlier, you spoke about leadership. What makes a good leader, and who was someone that inspired you on a leadership level? I'm sure there's many, but what stands out from you in terms of a leadership experience or someone that you want to emulate?
Oh, there's so many great leaders that we've had. And I think for me, really because I'm a student of innovation. One of them was Clayton Christensen, who was a doyen of innovation, really contributed to how to best to drive innovation. And I think his book, The Prosperity Paradox, about how to see things differently, how to look at creating prosperity as opposed to addressing poverty for that matter, I think was someone who really was a leader in the field of innovation, and really someone to look up to. And then I think mostly as well, even my late father was, I regarded him as a leader, in the sense that he was able to have the vision to take responsibility and set up his own business, and as well, make great strides, and teaching me a lot about values and principles, about how to respect people as well, and just be more polite, be more generous, and trust in the average person to actually work together. So some of the leadership traits of empowering people, listening to people, and making sure that you build trustful relationships is really some of those, I think, the two greatest influences, at least in my own career.
That was Yershen Pillay in conversation with me, Edwin Naidu. I hope you found our discussion on partnerships and collaboration exciting and inspiring. Remember, working together can achieve more and create a brighter future for the chemical industry. Stay tuned for more episodes in which we'll explore other important topics and opportunities in our industry. If you have any questions or issues you want us to cover, do contact us on our website or social media. Until the next time, I'm Edwin Naidu signing off.